Aren't you coming to do kids' church?
Kids' church? Not today. It's the summer holidays.
But we can't not have kids' church.
Don't worry, I've got some friends who are going to come and work their magic for us.
Excellent. Where shall we go?
The beach?
That's a good idea. Wherever you are this morning, enjoy watching Vineyard Kids Church online.
Ready? 1, 2, I like God. 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 Oh yes I do. Oh yes I do. I like God. I like God. Oh yes it's true. Oh yes. Boo boo, a boo boo, she do. A boo boo, she do. I like God. Second verse. God likes me. God likes me. God likes you. Oh yes it's true. Oh yes it's true. God likes me. God likes me. God likes you. God likes you. Oh yes it's true. Oh yes it's true. A boo boo she do. Very good. You got it now? Can we go a bit faster? I like God. I like God. I like God. I like God. Oh yes it's true. Oh yes I do. I like God. I like God. Oh yes it's true. Oh yes it's true. Boo boo she do. I like God. God likes me. God likes you. Oh yes it's true. God likes me. God likes you. Oh yes it's true. Boo boo she do. I like God. God like God. I like God. Oh yes I do. I like God. I like God. Oh yes it's true. Boo boo she do. Last time. I like God. God likes me. God likes you. Oh yes it's true. God likes me. Oh God likes you. Oh yes it's true. She do. Boo boo she do. Boo boo she do. Boo boo she do. Give yourselves a clap. That was brilliant.
Stories of the Bible. Moses and the Exodus. This is Moses, who was an Israelite born in Egypt in a time when Israelite boys were not supposed to live.
Wait, huh?
Moses, however, grew up in the palace of the Pharaoh, the very man who was enslaving the Israelite people. When Moses grew up, he made a big mistake.
Uh-oh.
So Moses ran away from Egypt
Ah!
to the land of Midian.
Ah.
After many years, an angel of the Lord appeared to Moses
Ah!
and told him to go back to Egypt to free the Israelites. After much protesting, God granted Moses his brother Aaron to speak on his behalf.
Phew.
So Moses went to Egypt.
Here, move there.
And on his way there, he met Aaron, who was ready to do whatever God wanted him to do. The Israelites were slaves to the Egyptians, but God had a special plan for Moses.
Hey, everyone up. Huh?
After rallying God's people to them,
Yeah.
Moses and Aaron went to the Pharaoh.
Ahem.
And said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, has said. Let my people go."
Aha. Shift.
And Pharaoh made the Israelites work harder because of this. The foremen of the Israelite slaves were angry with Moses and Aaron for causing this trouble. So Moses cried out to God and asked why this was happening. But God said, "You will see what I will do. I am the Lord. I will deliver you from slavery."
Okay. Hey.
Moses told this to the people,
Hey.
but they were so discouraged that they didn't listen to him.
Whatever.
God told Moses to go to Pharaoh and to do exactly as he said. So Moses and Aaron went to the Pharaoh.
Hey.
God told them to take the staff and throw it down before Pharaoh.
Huh?
Pharaoh was not impressed. He called his wise men and sorcerers, and they did the same thing.
Hooga, hooga.
But Aaron's staff swallowed up the sorcerer's staff. Yet Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he would not listen to them,
Shoot.
just as God had said. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go to the banks of the Nile River and meet Pharaoh."
Hey, Pharaoh. Oh, man.
Moses and Aaron did just as God had said. But again, Pharaoh's magicians did the same miracle, and Pharaoh refused to let God's people go. So God sent 9 more plagues to Egypt to show his power. Even with all the suffering, Pharaoh's heart stayed hard, and he would not let the people go. On the night of the last plague, Pharaoh woke up and heard a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house in Egypt where someone was not dead. Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and told him to be gone with the Israelites. So the Israelites left Egypt immediately and made their way to the Promised Land, taking with them many riches from Egypt, and they took Joseph's bones as they had promised him many years before. But after they had gone, Pharaoh changed his mind and readied his army to take back the Israelites. When the Israelites saw Pharaoh and his armies come, they were terrified. But God made a way for them. Through all of this, the Israelites saw the great power of their God, the one true God, and they put their trust in Moses, his servant.
Hello, it's Dynamic Dan here, and this week I'm thinking all about the Exodus, which is something I used to have when I was a young boy. And, oh no, wait, that's eczema. Not the same thing, no. But this story has several amazing moments. For example, God manages to turn Moses' staff into a cake. Man, I love the cake. Yum, cake. Yeah. Oh no, not cake, it was snake, of course. Although I couldn't even find a staff. I checked the staff room and they were all out. I guess you just can't get the staff these days, can you? Although I do have a wand, this might work. It's kind of like a staff, just a bit thinner. Do you think we should try this? I think we should. Let's try the wand. To turn it into a snake, we'll use a magic word. Everyone say Hocus Pocus Python on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Hocus Pocus Python. Yeah, Hocus Pocus Python. Hocus Pocus Python. Oh, it didn't work. That's annoying. What's that? A snake? Yes, we do want a snake, but it hasn't worked. Maybe it... What, a snake? Yes, that's what we're trying to make happen, but... a snake! A snake! Now, obviously, when I did that, it was just a magic trick, but when God did it, it was a real snake and a miracle. I don't think that's a real snake, and it's definitely not a python. To be honest, it looks more like one of those snakes that are really good at maths. I am, of course, talking about... an adder. Adder. Yeah. Don't worry, the snake's gone for now. You might even say he's history. Now, who's good at making things? I can make a cake. I can make a smell. I won't do that now though. I can also make a mess. Who's good at making a mess? Well, I have made a mess of this deck of cards. I'll show you. Why don't you come in for a closer look? Now, as you can see, I've turned some of the cards in this deck the wrong way round. Some are face down, some are face up. It's all mixed up and muddled up. But you know, I think we can make even more of a mess by giving the cards a shuffle too. We'll start with a regular shuffle, but how about a really messy, haphazard shuffle? We'll mash the cards together. We'll really mess them up so the order is completely random. What a mess! And this reminds me that for over 400 years the children of Israel were mixed with the Egyptians, and their society was all mixed in with the Egyptian society. But then God called upon one man, Moses, to do something different. Let's pretend that one of these cards is Moses. I'll ask Bev to choose any face-up card she likes.
9 of clubs.
The 9 of clubs. We'll pretend that that card is Moses, and Moses went against the flow. He went to the Pharaoh. He said, "Let my people go. We're going to worship the one true living God." In fact, Moses literally turned his back on his upbringing and on the culture of the land. But God is a God of great reversals, and he can bring about changes to any situation. Through Moses and through God, the people of Israel had found a way to put Pharaoh behind them. When Moses was able to lead them out of Egypt, they came to the Red Sea, and because he trusted in God, he was able to part the Red Sea and to lead the people through it. We have one card face up and lots of red cards face down, and one message we should remember: that if we put our trust in God, just like Moses, amazing things can happen. Now, Moses didn't feel up to the challenge of going against the Pharaoh's wishes on his own, but it was possible because of his trust in God. And you know, if we trust in God too, if we listen to him, then we can do anything, even when it seems impossible. Well, I've been Dynamic Dan. Have a super week. Stay awesome, and bye for now.
Right, you ready?
Yeah.
God, you made a big blue sky, made the oceans deep and wide. God, you made a tree so tall. Your love is bigger than it all. God, you're bigger than me. Stronger than strong, you're mighty and mighty.
And better than song.
Your love for me stretches farther than far. I can't imagine just how big you are, just how big you are. Ready? Do it again. God, you made a big blue sky. Oceans deep and wide. God, you made trees so tall. Your love is bigger than it all. God, you're bigger than